Today we're insulating the bottom of our camper. It's a 37-foot Solitude Grand Design. We pulled out all of the insulation that they put in, which is just a little bit of this bubble wrap and this black plastic to seal it all up. There was a little bit of regular insulation in there, but not much. So this is what we're going to be doing. You can see in there that we've got a nice mold resistant insulation, fire retardant stuff. We opted for the better stuff because it's mold resistant, in case there's any kind of dew or moisture that gets in there. That's 3/4 inch styrofoam there, styrofoam board. I'll show you what that is in a second. And we're just going to do it in pieces. So this is the stuff that we bought. Like I said, it's 3/4 inch. We got this adhesive here. We're using this Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. So we're just spraying this and putting this R15 Fire and Sound Guard Plus. It's for wood stud, but I don't care about that. Unfaced, so the paper is not going to get moldy or anything like that. It is very itchy, so try to have a little bit of PPE on. Wear some glasses. It's crappy if you get it in your eyes. But we're taping it, putting adhesive on it, sticking it to this. I got a piece there on the ground. We're kind of pressing it a little bit to make sure it adheres well. And to make our life easier, we are going to put it in 15-inch sections where doable. Obviously, some of them are going to be bigger or smaller, as this one is only probably 20 inches, so we'll have to do it in 2 separate pieces for that. It is resting on the inside of this angle iron. We're hoping that we don't get too much sag on this. Oh, where's my hand here? There we go. On this left side, we're hoping we don't get too much sag with it not having an angle iron there. But I did buy, if that's the case, I did buy a little bit of this 1x1 aluminum angle iron that will screw to the side, just to kind of give it a little bit of a lip to sit on if we have to. So I'll get a couple more pieces in, I'll do another video, and we'll give you guys an update in a little bit here. So, Super 17 multi-purpose. Says to shake it well. I've already used it a little bit. 6 to 8 inches away. And we're just going to apply a nice even layer. You do want to let this stuff sit for a few minutes and tack up before you stick the insulation on. So I let this stuff sit on here for a couple minutes. You want to touch it with the back of your knuckle. It's a little tacky, so we're going to take our insulation here. You want to try to line it up before you just stick it, because once it's down, you don't want to lift it. So you're going to line up your edge there close and just kind of eyeball it over the top. And you can see that we're lined up across the edge here decent. And we're just going to kind of lay it on there, and I'll come over here, I'll grab my other piece of foam board. It's a leftover piece, and we're going to rest it on top, and you're just going to want to push across this thing a couple places, a couple times, to make sure it adheres nice and well to it. Again, we're going to take our adhesive, and this is where our second piece is going to be, so it'll take a lot of the sag out. You're going to want to take this, and you're going to spray it on the edge of this piece of insulation, and it's going to kind of bond them together to make it one piece, and you're not going to get as much sag out of it. Don't know if this is going to be the right size yet, I doubt it. Probably have to cut a new one. So that's short. So you're going to want to kind of start on the side there, push in to the other piece of insulation, line up your edge, and just set it on there. Well, again, you're going to take your piece and you're just going to push. That's it. So I took some duct tape. Probably won't last forever. But you can see I taped all the wires up so that I don't have an issue trying to fight these things into position. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna take our piece, and it's nice that you don't want to buy too thick a foam insulation because you want it to be a little bit flexible, because you do cut this to the right size and you can see that it doesn't really fit in here this way. So you're gonna want to push up in the middle and force it in here. And if you bought too thick of stuff, it'll be too brittle and it'll break. So you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this apart. I'm going to grab my adhesive and I'm going to spray, so when I push these two together, it'll adhere and I won't have any shifting or bouncing if we decide to take this down the road in a short period of time. Little amount on here. Really want it to stick and adhere. And again, just give that a couple of minutes and you'll push these two together after that tacks up. And
you want to redo that one?
no, why? It's okay.
Okay.
Learning experience is part of it.
Yeah.
When it comes to rain. So this piece will be a little bit different. Foam's going to be the same length, but I'm going to do 3 separate pieces of insulation. Pre-cut to 19 inches for my dimensions here. And the reason that I'm doing that is when we get under here and we look, let's take a peek, I'll show you. We have where the slide track is with the motor. So I have enough room there, but I don't want to have an interference if something was to move, so I'm not going to go right up to the edge here. So I'm going to stick my piece of foam in here, and it's going to go from this piece here over to this piece here, and it's just going to rest there, and I'm going to feed my insulation afterwards once I get it in here to make sure I have good clearance for any of this stuff. I don't want it to get bunched up in here and have a problem with my slides, because these are the track for the slides. So I'll show you after. So there's the clearance for the motor, and that's the insulation there. So if you level it off, you got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and I think that's pretty sufficient. Nice air gap between the insulation they put under here, which isn't much, but there's a little there, and goes over. And I might stick another piece in here, but there's the other motor there, so nice clearance there for the mechanism. All this all spins, so you don't want to have anything that could get wrapped up in there or get wrapped up in your gears here and end up with an issue with your slides. So better safe than sorry. I do have some they have a rodent foam, it's gray, that I'll be filling all these other holes with from the outside, and that's it. So we're making our way there. I did tape those seams over there where the seams are, and I'll run some tape across here. I did put a small piece of aluminum here just to get rid of some of the sag. It's only 2 screws. I didn't have a saw with me. I literally just folded this thing a couple times until it broke. It's thin aluminum, Home Depot, $3 a piece. They're 3-foot pieces. So we'll just keep going, and I'll keep you guys informed. So we've actually made it to our water holding tank. That runs pretty far across, and I have yet to pull this down. So this is the little bit of insulation that they stuck down in there. It's not the best insulation. Looks like it might have had a little mouse problem. We're taking care of that though. So I don't think I'm gonna pull that section down. I'm gonna skip a little bit. So I'll put all this stuff back up, and I'll work my way from the